Hello, hello, dear ones. Welcome. Welcome to the Divine Impact Show with Rachel Cooley, the place where spiritual women, healers, light workers, mothers as well, catalyze miraculous blessings for themselves and others with the angels. I'm thrilled to be joining you all today with the lovely and beautiful Keira Lani. Keira is here with us, dear ones. We're going to be having a wonderful conversation with Keira today. She's going to be sharing with us her incredible inspiration and the beautiful ways in which she makes a divine impact in the world. Keira is an incredible Mother Earth channel and a master energy healer. She and I have known each other since I'm figuring it's like 2019 is when we originally met. And we are just soul sisters and so psyched to have re-met each other here in this life. So I want to welcome you, Keira. Welcome to the Divine Impact Show.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. It's so good to be back live with you. It feels like it's just been eons and all in divine timing, right? What a gift.
Exactly. All in total divine timing. Totally. And I'm just psyched today for us to be here to have this conversation. And also, Kira, for you to start out by sharing how do you make a divine impact in the world, dear sister?
Thank you so much for asking. And I realized as I was preparing for this show that it's a little different than what we talked about earlier.
Yes.
My divine impact, this may sound a little strange, but I really believe that my divine impact comes through my navigating loss through my entire life and the ways that each time that I have navigated a deep and life-shattering loss, starting with my father when I was 5 and most son a year ago in February, each time brought in an opportunity to get to know myself more deeply and to make a relationship with that inevitable part of life. And through that process, I've been able to develop incredible threads of resilience and an incredibly open channel. And I'm able to bring that through to help others to navigate the inevitable times of life that none of us want to experience. But when we can experience it in a way of being connected to the soul gift within the experience of loss or difficulty or trauma, when we can heal the part of that, the painful part, and harvest the gift, it's such, and I really feel like this is my divine impact to always look inside of the challenges of life for the gift and to teach others how to also do that.
Oh, yes. To harvest and to bring forward the gift and the gifts of life. It's like that is just like such a crux of our hearts and our minds and our spirits, and it's the core of our essence, I feel ultimately.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
powerful, so powerful. So, Kira, share with us, like what are you feeling moved towards? You've been feeling like you're being moved back to your beautiful ministry or into it. So, could you share with
Mhm.
us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this actually started with the advent of the loss of my son a year ago in February, that I realized through experiencing for the first womb grieving that my womb, even in when it was feeling shattered, it knew that there was a rebirth coming. And so I allowed myself the time of gestation. And after about 9 months, I felt the calling to come back into my work. And the whole time it was gestating, it never left. I never left my work. But now I'm coming back into it in a new way. And I'm realizing that um, Treegong Healing Ministries is reawakening. And my business and my life is stepping into service on a new level. And simultaneously, while I was in my own healing, I've been also in a creative portal with channeling a novel, which is not complete. I'm still in that portal. And I thought I had to segment everything, but it's all being shown to me how it fits together. The creative artist in me, the healer, the Mother Earth channel and master energy healer, the self healing guide and mentor, and the teacher is really coming to the forefront again, along with the water priestess and collaborative, regenerative entrepreneur that I am. I get to be all of these things. And I really invite you, who are woman, mother, healer, angel practitioner, all of those hats that you wear, to really feel like fully embodied. The more that I embrace that I get to hold all of these things simultaneously rather than dancing, flitting from one to the other, trying to keep up, I've, through like really being in presence with my womb and allowing the creation to birth through me instead of trying to do it from here and from here, it's coming through from here, and all in divine timing, just like this show.
Yes.
And and as a result, like I said, I'm not only able to hold all of these things at once simultaneously and see how they fit together into a beautiful tapestry, I also am just like kind of beginning to overflow with creations. So sci-fi fantasy novel is being birthed simultaneously with sacred seven elemental healing modality and channeling your creative healing, and all of these things are just flowing through, and I'm trusting they're showing me where they fit, how they fit together. And my community is expanding, and Water Mother is guiding me, and so it's just so incredible to be in my world right now. So I'm really excited that I have an opportunity to invite more of you into my world, as my world has kind of been a cocoon for the last year or so.
Right. Yes. Yes. It's incredible. And the timing just feels so potent as well, Kira, here at this time of spring and new beginnings,
Hmm.
renewal, fertility, you know,
Yes, yes.
powerful.
And we're coming up on the new moon in Taurus, which will be, I was looking more deeply at the astrology around this powerful new moon in Taurus, that Taurus is really all about um, claiming that you get to love your life. You get to enjoy the beauty and the luxury and the lusciousness of life. And so there's a lot of activity in this new moon around, like, how are you creating sustainability? Taurus is an earth sign. She needs stability. And how are you creating something lasting into the world? And then we have simultaneously Mars going into Leo opposite Pluto, in all of this like intense energy of like looking at, okay, what needs to change in my life right now? What needs to change in my life in order for me to claim my birthright of sustainable foundations of sustainable financial reality, sustainable survival, sustainable enjoyment of the luxuries of life? Like I was saying, like, how do we,
Yes.
what needs to change? And so that's really alive for me right now. And
Love it.
really excited for this Sunday when the new moon is fully active, that this is when I have set for what I'm calling the grand reopening of Treegong Healing Ministries.
That's amazing. And share with us, Kira, like Treegong. It's such a beautiful concept. Like I think about the trees, I think about Qigong. Is it like a combination? How would you describe that, sister?
Yeah, so Treegong was birthed as kind of just a funny play on words event in the park because I was creating my first um, talk, like TED Talk style talk. I had just created my first 6 minute talk. I was doing my very first public speaker training, and it's all about and you can, if you search my YouTube, you can find these old tree talks that I did. And one of the things, and I always say a tree was my first qigong teacher, because one
Yes.
of my gifts is communicating with trees. And so my talk was all about my experiences communicating with trees, and how a tree showed me my energetic ability to connect before I even knew what Qigong was. A tree showed me the mycelial network under the earth before I knew it existed. And then I learned all these things later and learned the technologies and brought that back in. And so Treegong was birthed as just a one-time event where my plan was I give my 6 minute talk, and then I take people into an experience where we go find a tree to talk to and do some Qigong, because I was already a Qigong teacher at that point. And I had 2 or 3 different people at that time see my Tree Gong event and say, "Oh my gosh, that's like the best name ever." And so I claimed it. I was like, "Okay, that's the name, Tree Gong." And I realized that it's such a large umbrella, the
Yes.
word, because the meaning of it is working with trees, and there is tree qigong already in the qigong history. So I'm not really doing anything new. I mean, we as European lineage, we have druid peoples in
Right.
our ancestral lineage. And so I'm not doing anything new or different by bringing these things together. And it's just that I'm doing it in a unique way because of the particular lineages that I've been called to over the course of my life, being introduced to yoga really young and growing up kind of as a free barefoot child in the woods. That's really how I got connected to
Yeah, I
trees,
love
because
it.
I was allowed to roam free as a child.
That's wonderful. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing about that with us, Kira. And I love to segue next into, we were talking earlier before we're recording now, or we're here live. We were talking about the connection with the angels and with a particular archangel that you really resonate with. And I would love to invite you
Yeah.
to share about that.
And that is the perfect segue, because I was that barefoot child when I first, unbeknownst to me, met Gabriel. As I said, I had been introduced to East Indian philosophy, and
Yes.
my father had passed when I was 5 years old, and I really wanted to understand where he went. I was like, where did Papa go?
Yeah.
What is this? And I had only been introduced to it through the idea of reincarnation and meditation. And
Yes.
so at 5 years old, I sat in meditation, and I went through a beautiful garden up a tower of light, and I met a man made of light. And he was all dressed in white robes and had long white hair and white beard. And I feel like the image was very connected to that lineage of East Indian masters and their traditions and styles. And then much later, probably just about 5 or 6 years ago, I went
Yes.
through a past life regression, and in this past life regression, I was a beautiful Polynesian princess who traveled across the ocean to Hawaii. I lived a long and beautiful life. And then at the end of our life, the guides told us, now your spiritual guide is going to show up to take you to the ascended masters. And a young man with dark ringlets came to gather me, and he told me that he said, I'm the same guide that you saw as a child as an old man with long white hair, and now I'm showing myself as a young man with dark curly hair, and my name is Gabriel. And I was just like, oh, Gabriel, cool. And my parents were going to name me Gabriel when they thought I was a boy, and then I was a girl, and so they named me Keira.
Love it.
I found out that Gabriel sometimes is seen as the feminine angel, which
Yes.
made me like feel connected. And so every time I come and see Rachel present and she talks about Gabriel, I'm always like, oh, Gabriel. I always kind of
Yes.
felt connected to Gabriel, usually because I work so much with elementals and nature beings, and through that portal, like I never thought of myself as an angel practitioner, but I have very much connected to the angels by their energies. Like I
Yes.
feel the angels of abundance or the angels of healing. I don't always know their names, right?
Yes.
But Gabriel always, I've always felt had a special place for Gabriel, and then I find out that Gabriel is associated with water, and I'm very connected to water.
Yes.
And I recently, just 2 days ago, I was gifted an Akashic Records clearing. It was amazing. And right at the beginning, she said, "Oh, Gabriel's here. That's weird. I always work with Archangel Michael, but Gabriel's here." And so I had to tell her this story that I just shared with you about
Yes.
how and and now, just today, actually, when we were talking earlier, I really owned that I'm connected with Archangel Gabriel and have been since childhood, that he had shown up. And I wonder, you were saying Gabriel is the messenger, and
The
I've
messenger
always
archangel. Go ahead.
messenger archangel, and I've always felt um, very much that communication is an important value to me. When I was a
Yes.
child, I didn't want to speak unless I knew that I would be understood. I'm a writer by nature. Before I was a writer by trade, I was a writer by nature. I've always felt the word is really important to me. And so I feel that Gabriel has touched me since I was a child and helped me in that way. And it's really beautiful to take a moment to thank you, Gabriel. Thank you for always helping me to bring through the words that need to be heard and will be understood by those who are listening.
Yes.
Thank you for the way that you help me channel the most beautiful prayers and activations. And thank you for being with me on Sunday for this amazing transmission that I feel coming through to serve those who are called to join me.
Yes. So that's a perfect segue. Kira, can you share with us what is a beautiful event that you have coming up this Sunday? That is going to be the 27th of April.
Yes, I will on Sunday, and I schedule at noon Pacific time on Sunday, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time. So you can
Yes.
translate that for where you are in your time zone. And this is because that's 30 minutes before the new moon is at its peak of newness. I don't know if you call it a peak or a valley when it's a new moon, but
Yes.
it's at its darkest moment. And so it will be a very powerful time, like I was talking about. And this event is called a womb channeling activation. And so what we'll be doing is we'll be connecting to the womb of the Mother Earth, connecting to Divine Mother's womb, and through connecting to that divine cosmic womb, connecting to our own womb space, to our own power of creation, and what our womb wants to channel through us. What is that creation that wants to be birthed through you? So we'll be doing this through first some movement and breath work to clear out any stuck energy. And then we'll go into meditation together. And then we'll have some time for you to journal and bring through that womb channeling. And yeah, it'll be really, really exciting. It's also, like I said, my grand reopening of my business. So I'm feeling that it will be a celebration. I invited my friend Madeline to come do a card reading from her special tarot that she channeled through from her indigenous Jewish roots, along with the tradition. The way that she translates the traditions is really beautiful as well. And so
Wonderful.
it's going to be a lunar celebration and intention setting, as well as a really powerful channeling, activation, and transmission.
Oh, it's going to be potent and powerful, sister. I'm going to pop a link in the comments on this the live that we're doing now, and I'll make sure it gets on wherever else we're sharing this. Does that sound good?
Thank you
Pop
so
that
much,
in.
sister. Yes, I am so excited to see who is called in to connect more deeply with Mother Earth and your own deeper creative power. And I
Yes.
love the way that we channel the way that the creativity is when we really channel it, it flows and it becomes the creation that is needed in the world rather than what we think we're supposed to do. So I'm
Right,
really,
exactly. I love that. Beyond what we
yeah,
think we're supposed to do. Powerful,
yeah,
sister.
yeah. Sometimes we don't know what we're really here for until we allow ourselves to slow down and connect.
Oh, yeah, it's so true. It's so true, right? It's so powerful. And what a great opportunity that you're bringing forward for all the dear ones, all the women that are going to be guided to join you for this beautiful womb healing activation. It's just so potent and powerful.
Thank you, sister.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Is there anything else you would like to share before we wrap up in a little bit for today? It feels significant that it's the 60th episode of the Divine Impact Show that we're doing right now. So it just feels like a
Mhm.
beautiful number.
It does, and that's just incredible. I want to celebrate you for creating 60 amazing episodes of the Divine Impact Show and all of the divine impact that you have made in the world, not only from all of those shows, but all of the card readings, all of the offerings, all of your amazing programs that are serving so many women. And I just want to say to each and every woman out there watching to really know that what you bring is important. And remember, it's not just if you're writing a book or making a program or bringing through healing, it's also the way that you take care of your own body. That
Yes.
is in service to the earth. The way that you take care of your family and your home and the breath that you breathe in harmony with the trees. So I wanted to take a moment to honor the gift that living this life is when you really live your life with consciousness and remember that each and every part of it is a gift and each and
Yes.
every part of it can be an offering to make divine impact on the world.
Yes, yes, absolutely. To make our unique divine impact in the world. So well said, so beautiful and articulate Incredible. Keira, channeling the divine and Archangel Gabriel as you share all you have today. So powerful, sister. So powerful. So it's been such a joy, Keira, to be here live with you today and to bring you on my platform so you can share all that you've shared with us today and the invitation for women to join you for your womb healing, womb channeling activation happening this Sunday, the 27th of April at noon Pacific. And it's going to be so powerful. What incredible divine timing that you're bringing it forward. That's incredible.
So much. Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're
Thank you
so
all
welcome,
of you who
Keira.
watched us today. You are a gift. Thank you.
You are a gift, dear ones. Thank you as well for your light, for your unique divine impact that you bring to the world. We're sending you so much love, light, and angel blessings, a beautiful as well angelic hug, and we look forward to seeing you next time. And thanks so much, dear Keira, for being here on my show today. And I just love our sister connection and our synergy together, sister, and also that we support each other in our beautiful, unique work that we bring to the world and our unique soul medicine. So beautiful. Mwah. All right, loves, take care. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Many angel blessings, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, loves. Take care, and bye for now.